Hey there YouTube, welcome back for another episode of Mortal Realms Monday. This week we are taking a look at issue 21 of the Mortal Realms magazine. And with this issue we get 5 more Dread Scythe Harridans to go with the 5 that we got in issue 18, I believe it was. So there are these guys here. Now obviously I painted one of these guys already, and this is an identical sprue to the previous lot. So rather than paint up another one of these, I have gone ahead and either painted up a character from a previous issue that I had not done yet, or I have painted up something that you guys have requested in the descriptions of the previous 2 videos. So depending on whether or not I got any requests, obviously being a small channel at the minute, you know, I know that you guys are watching and I do very much appreciate it. If I could get a little bit more interaction in the videos, then obviously that would be great. Some of you are leaving comments and it is very much appreciated. But if I didn't get enough or any comments on what to paint for this issue, then I've gone ahead and chosen something myself, and there'll be a link in the card here and down in the description below for the painting video for that for this week. Also with this issue we get 10 bases, 5 models, 10 bases. You know, what have they done? But no, what they've done is they have given us 5 flat bases, no slots or anything, no holes, for the issue 18 Harridans that came with the slotted bases. So we've got our replacement bases for those, so 5 replacement bases for those guys. So those guys can now go on the bases if you didn't make your own bases, as I did for those guys. And for these guys, they have also given us 5 plain bases. No, they haven't. They've given us slotted bases again. So they corrected the mistake from the previous issue, but made the same mistake for this issue. Not too great, Hatchet, but luckily, you know, it's only bases, and like we showed in previous video, you can cover them up, or wait until issue 27, where they will be sending us whatever bases for models in that set, plus 5 more plain bases for these guys to replace these bases. So entirely up to you what you want to do. If you want to get them out on the field, just cover this up or temporarily glue them down with a bit of super glue. If you use some cheap super glue and just a small amount, it will be enough to hold the model on there. But if you grab the model right at the base, so where the thickest part is here on these guys, you can snap them straight off. The super glue will be brittle and it will just pull off. But obviously do be careful with that, guys. I take no responsibility if you break your models doing that. That is entirely up to you. If you're not sure on it, don't do it. But me personally, I'm just covering these bases up, and I'll probably do the same with these ones just so it matches my last ones, and that way I've got 5 plain bases available for future models and stuff, anything else that I want to do with them. And so yeah, I'll just cover these up with a bit of card, same as I did last time, and that'll be these guys sorted. So then I'll get 10 plain flat bases. I'll probably rebase some of my old minis. Obviously Games Workshop changed the sizes for their standard bases, so I'll upgrade some of my old models with new bases using those 10. That'll get me a unit. So there you go, that's the models for this week. Also in the magazine we get the Chaos Gods and our first battle plan and war scrolls to go in the back of the binder if you have the binder. Obviously if you're a subscriber you get the binder, and I do believe that you can now buy the binder for Conquest on the Hatchet website. So although the binders for Mortal Realms aren't on the website, you may be able to, do not quote me on this, but you may be able to phone up Hatchet and order the folder. That's not definite, I do not know. I know that I did it because I'd ordered, I am a subscriber, so that obviously part of my subscription. But if you're not a subscriber, they may say no, that's for subscribers only. wait until they go on general sale, then you can buy one. Otherwise, search around on eBay. I know a lot of people are getting them and not wanting the extra folders. They just want the first one, they don't want the other ones. But because we pay for folders 2, 3 and 4, a lot of people are selling them off on eBay. The going price on the website for the Conquest folder, I believe, is $8.99. So that should be what you should expect to pay through eBay, through other sellers, or if Hachette do allow to sell them anyway, then that's what you can expect to pay. So let's have a look. We also got another fold out section. This is now focusing on Giran, the Realm of Life, which I believe is what the next 20 issues will focus on. Obviously, we've got 4 main realms. So we did Shyish with issues 1 to 20, and we are now doing Giran, the Realm of Life, I assume, with issues 21 to 40. So, nice map there of that. Obviously, some of the main locations, and a little bit of history on it. And the War of Life. So that's that part. Oh, we've got a little bit on Nurgle there. Alright, so let's take a look at this issue then. So we've got A Band of Brothers. Very good TV show. From the early 2000s, I believe it was. If you haven't watched it, can't find it. It's a good show. World War II focused. Very similar to the film Saving Private Ryan, if you haven't seen that. Go and check that one out as well. It's a Tom Hanks film, and I do believe he may have had something to do with the show Band of Brothers. But anyway, that isn't this Band of Brothers. This Band of Brothers is the Stormcast Eternals, the Storm Hosts. Then we've got some more Storm Hosts. So we've got the Knights Excelsior, the Giran Guard, the Radiant Sons of Sigmar, the Blooded Dawn, and the Angels Etheric. Not too keen on any of these schemes. This one doesn't look too bad. Looks like it would be painted with maybe Incubi Darkness and Khorne Red, and then obviously Silver. So not too bad. But I think some of the previous issues had better Storm Hosts, personally. So, yeah, that's some new Storm Hosts. Then we've got the Chaos Gods, Nurgle and Khorne. Nurgle, the Lord of Disease, delights in decay and physical corruption. The cycle of decay, rebirth and death draws Nurgle the way a corpse draws flies. During times of pestilence and rampant contagion, Nurgle becomes stronger, to the great dismay of all his rivals. And then we have Khorne. Khorne is the most powerful of the Chaos Gods. No subtlety has he, for Khorne is the Blood God, the Lord of Skulls. There is room in his black heart for rage and rage alone. Khorne's only desires are slaughter and warfare. He seeks to test his might against the most powerful of foes. Edit that out. Then we have the Great Horned Rat. Now, that is one Chaos God I do not know about. I know about the main 4. Khorne and Nurgle, Slaanesh and Tzeentch. This one's a new one to me. Excuse me there. So we got the Great Horned Rat. The Great Horned Rat is blight and pestilence given form. Having recently ascended to godhood, the god of the Skaven is not considered an equal by his brothers. However, treacherous plotting has always been the way of vermin. Soon he will rise. So he's a new god. That's why I don't know about him. Interesting. And then we have Slaanesh. Slaanesh is the Dark Prince, the god of excess and lord of pleasure, and the most beautiful of all the Chaos Gods. Slaanesh's throne is currently empty, however, for the god himself is lost. His minions feel despair and confusion at his absence, while the remaining powers rejoice. So we got a missing god. Be sure a few people can relate to that. Anyway, to Tzeentch. Tzeentch's domain, or domains, are magic and cunning, for he is the god of sorcery and deceit, the changer of the ways. The great manipulator and architect of fate is forever coming up with new schemes, plots within plots that are beyond the understanding of mere mortals. Of Bones and Blood, Encounters with the Dead by Tyrus von Stutt. Ah, is that a story? No, just a little short. Still pretty cool. Does that have a place in our magazines? Yes, Death 2. So it does have a place in there in the folders. Then we got the How to Assemble the Dread Scythe. Obviously the same as the previous lot. They are an identical sprue. And then we got the painting of them. And my issue is falling apart here. Wants to get himself assembled in that folder. Then we've got our first reference sheet. So we've got the battle round. And just a few quick references. The turn sequence. I do believe we got one of these in the previous issue as well, but it is nice to have a couple of them, one for each player. And then we got our first war scroll, the Sequitors, along with his abilities, and the Chainrasp Horde, along with their abilities. And then we have a little bit on the Haunted Wilds. So again, this is obviously still focusing on Nighthaunts and Stormcast, but their battles across the 4 realms. So, War Comes to Ghyran. So again, we're going to be going back to a single mat, but this time it's the life mat. And for this one, obviously no scenery until we start building up our scenery collection with further issues. From, I think the first piece is possibly in issue 24, I believe. I may be wrong on that, do not quote me please. But we do have them coming up, some nice terrain pieces. Anyway, next issue, issue 22, as we mentioned last week, a couple of new paints, Rakarth Flesh and Mephiston Red. And again for that, I'll be doing a focus on a different model or terrain piece, not entirely sure which yet. But we'll have a look at something. Or if I have issue 23 at that time, then we'll do a double issue. So it'll be issue 22 magazine focus, and then issue 23 magazine focus, and we will look at painting this dude. The what is he, a prosecutor, I believe? He's a liberator, so yeah, he would be the prosecutor. And we'll have a look at painting him up. So that may be next week's, maybe a 2-in-1. So I hope you liked the video, guys. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscription button, ding that little bell, and get notifications of new videos. If you haven't already checked out my Indomitus series, go and check that, link down in the description, focusing on Warhammer 40,000 Indomitus set. Should be a few videos up on there now. Videos for that are every Wednesday, and obviously every Monday we have the Mortal Realms series. So until next time, take it easy and keep painting those minis. Thanks a lot, guys.